Slowly but surely, I think I'm getting it. I might be wrong. I might not be getting it, but I think I'm getting it. I'm still devilishly curious. Unless... Is that your reload timer? That, I think, is your reload timer. That gauge... So you've got unloaded weapon, reload gauge, loaded weapon. I possibly should have waited until after he shot me, but he missed. You really do stink. How can you tell from this distance, love? Right, again, we're going to try and push this as far as we can. So we're keeping an eye on his reload, we're keeping an eye on the timer, and we're keeping an eye on the percentage. Which I know is 3 things I have to keep an eye on, which is not optimal for me. 10, 9... He's reloaded. Fire the gun. Ah, come on. Come on. Cut me some slack, game. Cut me some slack. I don't know what I'm doing. The game doesn't know that. Fair point. Oh, he's going to get a shot off. That's inconvenient. I'm not going to get another shot until... unless... Is the round... Oh, I think the round just cut off his... Oh, did it? Cut off his what? Cut off his weapon opportunity, so he didn't actually get a shot at me. Now, I've got a bit of a dilemma, because I could try and pursue the attack and try and clear him off the board. Do we have mission? Okay, day 2, 1900 hours. Okay, that's not too bad. So I think I will just slow it a little bit. I'm gonna use the recovery option to try and give her a little bit more health, and then I'm gonna try and use Weizsäcker to hopefully do some damage to this guy. With a bit of luck, if we play it the similar way we were dealing with Ryoko's turn, I should be able to kill this guy. That leaves me a 2-on-1 advantage. I think we'll have this in the back. I know it's an early level, so victories are fairly assured, but we've been having trouble with the combat system, so I'll still be quite proud and pleased when I win this, especially since the bastard in the Type 3 who escaped, he kicked the living crap out of me. Okay, so he's going to get a shot off. I don't know how his... Of course, I don't know how his percentages are being affected by my positioning. I don't know if my positioning is assisting him or not assisting him. I really shouldn't have done that. I thought he'd fired his bullets, but he has not. So, I think we'll let him fire and hope for the best. Awesome. He missed. I can take my time on this one. It means I can get a higher percentage. So I think this time we're watching for his reload. Once he reloads, I'm fucking shooting. Hopefully we're up to 60-70% if we're lucky. We've got into the 60s. That's a good number. Fire at 64%. Come on. Yes! And he's dead. I like this game. I gotta say. Much like Gotcha Force, I'm struggling to remember the name. Despite it being so fun, I didn't really pay attention to the name. But this one is also a cracking good one. This one's very entertaining and very interesting. I especially like the fact that you do have that extra bit of something you got to do. There's a bit of extra tactics in that moving back and forth and getting the right aim. And I think I was reasonably correct in my assessment that it is Valkyria Chronicles-esque. Because that's got a similar idea. It's a little bit more freedom of movement because it's not tile-based. But nonetheless, you do have that sort of move, shoot, oh, I've got a X number of percent likelihood of hitting. Following skills improved. Action. No. I'm assuming that action is the time it takes him to do things. Thus, 19 to 18 is an improvement. Because otherwise, you just lied to me, game, and that's not an improvement, because that's going down. But if it is the time to do things, a lower time to do things is an improvement. Aim correction, that's good. Combat correction, I'm sure that's marvellous as well. I don't oversight. Oh, he's going after nobody. So, there... Oh, decisions. I think, considering that guy's not able to hit me that often, I think we'll take a chance and let Ryoko have a pop at him. I don't think she's going to lose 149 health? I say that with the hope and prayer of an individual desperately seeking the enemy missing a lot. So, fingers crossed, she doesn't take 149 damage. Right, I think, again, we'll test going backwards. No, okay, we'll test going forwards. See if that improves anything. No, okay, we'll go back to 26%. Oh, except for the fact that I think he is now moving closer to me. Go on, I'll let you have a pot shot first. Or not. Not sure what you're doing. Okay, fine. I'll set my shot up and hope he misses. That might be a mistake, but you never know. Oh, unless he was... Maybe that actually meant he was in the aiming screen. I'm wondering if the flashing of the bullet area... Yeah, I think that's probably him in the aiming screen. It's interesting what you can pick up without an instruction manual, isn't it? Because I'm just making it up as I go along, and I'm hoping somewhere along the line it's moderately accurate. And boom! 80% shot. Come on, you can't miss on an 80%er. Good girl. Good girl. It's a little bit misogynistic, wasn't it? A little bit. I think you're being generous with that phrase. Okay, so yeah, he's flashing, as it were. But that suggests to me he is now currently aiming at me. So I suppose, arguably, if I wanted to take a sort of desperate shot... Ah, you bastard, you hit me! It's still not going to do 149's worth of damage, though, is it? I think we need to go a little bit further forward, maybe. We'll start the fans, please. We're going to start the count. Although that went tragically down, didn't it? Right, 15 seconds or his there's his reload. He's not actually aiming at me, though, if my understanding's correct. He's not actually gone for the aim at me. Oh, he's now gone for the aim. Time was running low, and he was suddenly started aiming. So I think I can push it a little bit longer. Whereas last time I was just going, oh, he's got the bullet in. Fire immediately. I think you can push it a little bit longer so that when you get that flashing sort of screen, that's the point you want to go, okay, I'm bailing out just in case he hits me and screws up my aim. That's my theory. Might be the wrong theory, but it is my theory. 30 XPs. Damn, where the heck did he go? Enemy communications called him Kaiho. Who is he? Fightsega, return to base. We're calling off pursuit. Why? We can still catch him. We can't afford to lose another vehicle. You understand? God damn it. Bastards. Motherfucker managed to get away from me. I'm going to have to look up that word because my instinct said that should say survived units. That doesn't fully make sense. But I also don't know survived. Surveyed? Survived. I don't recognise that as a word. Which makes me hope it's not a word. It might be, and I might just be wrong, but survived units makes a degree of sense to the idea that I think they're providing, but it doesn't make sense as a sentence either. Units that have survived? Maybe survived is a variant of survived and a way of putting it in that sentence in the correct fashion. I don't know. But, Editor! Editor! By editor, do you mean me? Yes? Could you look up the word and put it up? Unless it turns out I'm being really stupid, in which case just cut the whole thing out. I probably won't cut the whole thing out. But look out for an annotation that either explains what that means or theorises that it must be wrong in some fashion. Ryoko's level is up to 2. Action down to 16. Aim correction up to 22. Combat correction up to 7. Sweet! Mama Jamas. Who's got Mama Jamas? I don't know. I suppose your mama has pyjamas, assuming she has pyjamas. I wouldn't like to question or judge your mother's choice of nightwear, but if your mother has pyjamas, they would be mama-jamas. Well done, both of you. Here are the results from this exercise. I blew up 2 things. We have a situation. Waiting in quarters until further notice. Dismissed. Yes, sir. Colonel, wait. I think he was Colonel Rodriguez, actually. Fine. Didn't you hear what he said? We gotta go back to our quarters. Damn. Fuji Proving Ground, Control Room. How could this happen inside South Japanese territory? What use is the Border Security Force? I've never seen anyone handle a prototype like that. How dare you? How dare you? We handled prototypes like that. I mean, he may have kicked the living Christ crap out of us, but we, you know, eventually handled ourselves against the easier opponents that the game wasn't trying to destroy us with. Ghost of 10 Years Past? Crimson Phantom, no less. There's a ring of death to that name. Crimson Phantom! Of all the phantoms that could have reappeared, I have a bad feeling about this. And nothing ever bad happened after the phrase, I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, so the only problem I've got now is I didn't pay attention to when I started playing this game. So I don't really... The Type 3... Oh, let's just read. The Type 3 prototype was seized by a man they called Kaiho. You Kaiho! A.K.A. the Crimson Phantom. The best AFW pilot South Japanese forces ever had. Oh yeah, you're not going to be best for long, you son of a bitch. Kaiho served as a military consultant for the Soviet Army during the Vietnam War. Soon after his arrival in North Vietnam, he took part in the coup d'etat in Laos. I thought it said camp. He spent the next several years tearing through hundreds of American AFWs until the fall of the South Vietnamese government. What did he witness in the jungle hell of that war? What effect did exposure to her so much suffering have on him? We don't know! What I didn't know at the time was that the return of the Crimson Phantom would thrust me into the battle of my life. I'm assuming that's probably meant to be Weizsäcker. Chapter 1. The Divided. 2 Regions. Damn. I love this game. I'm just out of nowhere, I love this game. But I do. This is fantastic. The hijacked Type 3 is apparently on its way to the Atlantic coast. You have been designated to Experimental Unit 07. I am personally asking you to volunteer for deployment to No Man's Zone at Kujikuri. Hey, wait a sec. Why do we have to go skipping off the demilitarized zone? I promise, I know how to say words. In everyday scenarios, in everyday situations. That's not true, I don't. But most of the time I know how to say words. It's just difficult when you try and do a voice and you're reading it for the first time and it's scrolling along. Excuses, I know. But that's what I have. It's all I have. It's all I have to hold on to. Who was in charge of this snafu, if I may ask? That's a weird word to have there. A snafu. That's taken me by surprise, that one. It seems a peculiar word to put in a dialogue of a video game. Perfectly acceptable word, perfectly reasonable. Just unexpected in this scenario. But delightful nonetheless. Suddenly cheered me right up, that is. Suddenly she going snafu. We've put a lot of thought into this decision. You two are the only ones with combat experience against free. Please, we're asking you to bring it back. Well, I'm going. I've got a score to settle with that bastard. I see. Kujikuru. That's near the border. Spitting distance to North Japan. Could be fun. Count me in. Glad to hear that. I myself will remain here in the south at the command post. All communication from here on will be by radio. Rodriguez, I want you to oversee the actual mission control. Yes, sir! The cover story is that your squadron will be proceeding to Kujikuru on an extended exercise. However, left-wing guerrillas or even covert northern squads could decide to interfere. Should you face any resistance, neutralize them. So, we're going to be experiencing some resistance. That's what you're saying. It's a video game, Chief. I know you apply. Regain possession of the Type 3, and should that prove impossible, destroy it. And that is all. The pursuit of Type 3 has become a priority mission, as you may have gathered. The Southern Japanese Military and GMI Inc. of America have sent us a pilot each to round out our numbers for this mission.